we can start going through everyone's teams and try and get through and see what everyone's up to and how it's going. I think starting with Sinead and Finola, ahead of your demo, is there anything that you need to tell us?
So we met with Michelle today and we kind of had a review of our test cases. I think they're looking good. I'm expecting that we have probably a few changes to make, especially after our demo today. But I think the review went well today.
Okay, I'm glad to hear it. So I'm excited to see what you guys have in terms of by way of demo, and then we've kind of got really 1 week with you left. So try and get the most out of you for that week, and then, as I said, maybe we do a casual Friday. Adios. Okay. Okay, Sam, Eric, and Mark, but it's just Sam and Eric today.
Yeah, so Eric and I met yesterday. Mark was having some internet troubles, and we went over a lot of GitHub stuff. We still haven't nailed it down, but at least now our current working code is on GitHub, so we're able to share with it. So if anybody pokes around and is able to find it, and you have some comments, we're totally open at the moment. Other than that, we're still just working on, flattening everything out, making sure it looks good, and we're definitely going to be able to do a demo by the end of next week for sure.
Oh, good. I'm excited to hear that. So I think that in terms of GitHub, have you created a repository and handed over ownership to Suffolk? Is that what you're saying when you put the stuff on GitHub?
So I joined the LIT Lab repository, and I tried to create a new affidavit of indigency supplement file. I wasn't able to get anything on there, but I have my own account where I created my own repository. I'm not exactly sure how to drop that over or give the rights over to the LIT Lab, but it's all set up. It's just waiting for that extra click.
Okay, that's a few extra clicks that we can I can direct you to a video that will show you how to do that. I'm just gonna make a note here. Okay, perfect. So I look forward to seeing what you guys have done. Okay, Mike, I've actually spoken to Mike already today, but if you could just give an update on the motion to vacate housing, and then also the debt form that you're working on.
Yeah, so the motion to vacate housing, I'm working through right now, trying to go through some edits that we talked about the other day. So I should be done with that probably by tomorrow. The consumer default, I finished this stage of it at least. I ran through it with you. We said that we're going to do an SME review, but also we talked about having Quentin on the call as well, because there's a couple logistical questions that we wanted to go through and whether or not we want to keep the original code. So that's the next step for that.
I realize that Quentin he's not on today, but why don't we, Mike, can I ask you to reach out to Quentin and myself on Slack? And when he comes back, he'll be able to see that. And then we can try and schedule a time for you, me, Quentin, and Matt to loop up. And because the reason that I said not just Matt and Mike is because then we get the extra insight as opposed to just the two people that have drafted the code. Okay, so I'll leave that to you to do. And then in terms of the motion to vacate, that was actually submitted to the Bentley usability team to review. And then obviously they spotted that one thing about the question IDs, which I think you fixed now in terms of you just hadn't pulled those onto GitHub, I think.
Yeah, and I'm still doing some other edits too right now, so I'm just going to finish that up and then send that all to GitHub.
Okay, perfect.
Did Bentley people already respond to the motion to vacate default?
They responded to the extent that Quentin just said that they've picked up that there were some questions without questions IDs. But I know for a fact that Mike said that he'd added all the question IDs, so I thought there must have just been an error in uploading, which is the case. Okay, perfect. Okay, Vinny and Mia, after yesterday's demo, how are you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're just implementing the changes still, and then just running through the code, trying to implement the changes. So nothing really to report other than that.
Okay, you don't have any
anything. We did commit to GitHub. There are at least our newest code, so anyone wants to take a look, they can.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. That's great. So we can just find that under your repo is owned by Suffolk Lit Lab. Is that correct? Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Aubrey and Matt and Blake. I don't know where Blake is.
I'll do the update. I thought Blake was going to do it, but we're just building out our scenarios, and I'm trying to code in a page so that they can download the instructions after it's been sent to the court. And I took a look at the motion to vacate marital home, and I didn't see the example that Quentin was pointing me towards. So just if anybody worked on that form and has a moment to chat with me about what I'm trying to build, that would be awesome.
So I think Kate is the one that actually worked on that form. I'm not sure who developed that. Does anybody have any idea? Michelle, Caroline?
Don't remember.
Are we talking motion to vacate marital home?
Yeah.
But Aubrey, you're asking for something specific about downloading the instructions after you submit to court, right?
So if we know who did it, then they could probably show Aubrey. And if not, then one of us can try and do it. But do you remember who did it?
But that's what we're talking. It means that's what we're talking.
Yeah.
It is the instructions after submitting to court, right?
Yes.
No, that's cool. Let me put a call out on the assembly line channel.
The marriage to vacate home is what, or marital home is what Quentin says has that code. Do you remember who did the marriage to vacate marital home?
So Kate started it, but that's the question.
Yeah.
So Kate started it.
I pulled it from GitHub and ran it, and I just don't see a download after it gets submitted to the court that's different from the package that everybody else uses. So I just want to make sure that I'm looking at the right thing.
Okay.
That's it. We're good.
So I think that what we must do is, what I'll do is I'll just put a call on the channel. I think it was Kate who started that. I'm not sure if she got to that download page though. It might very well have been Quentin who did that part. In which case, when he comes back, David, is he coming back tomorrow?
Monday. Isn't it Monday?
Monday.
I believe he was only taking off yesterday and today.
Oh,
okay. So then he might be. So the latest you might get some feedback is tomorrow.
Okay. We've got plenty of other things to do, so that would be. Thanks.
Okay, and then we've got Jason, James, and Eleni. And Eleni wasn't on the call yesterday, but just a shout out because Caroline said that the research that you did for I can't remember what specifically it was for, something that Jeff Wolf was working on.
For Eleni.
Yeah, that it was very well done, Eleni. So good job on that. But now in terms of your form, do you guys have an update for us in that regard?
Yeah, we're meeting with Michelle this afternoon to figure out the next steps that we have to do, and then we made the updates that we were given yesterday. So as of now, that's where we stand.
Okay. Maybe we'll just check in again tomorrow and see if we can't, because you guys are doing the complaint for contempt.
Yes.
So I was hoping that maybe we can get that off to the court next, but we'll see how that goes. So okay, perfect. That sounds good. So everybody's up to speed. This is looking good, guys. Civil action cover sheet, we are still just plodding away. I'm foreseeing like a Monday finish for us. So also demoing next week. We still do need an SME though. That's the problem. Because I want to do an SME review obviously before, but I think I'm just going to have to go on Twitter, guys. Just going to tweet it.
Remind me, who are we? We're looking for SME review for which?
Superior Court. Yeah, civil action.
Okay, I said I'd break the glass if need be. I can send something out to
break it
to my list. I'll start with the clinical list.
Okay, I appreciate that, David. Otherwise, you'll see me on Twitter just asking for SME. Okay, great. So I think we can switch. Oh, hi, Mark. Did you get a haircut? Yeah, that's good. Okay. I can't hear what he's saying. I don't know if he did. I'm gonna stop recording.
Sorry, I did not.
You did not. Oh, okay. Okay, great. So I'm gonna stop recording now, and we're gonna go over to the demo.